There's a DM that I've got. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, we have Krishna's deity holding flute at our pujagar in home. Flute got a little damaged, kind of broke at the edge. Should we keep the deities? You can change the flute. Even for our deities, our lordships, we keep changing the flute. Yes, you can change the flute. No problem. How to increase our concentration power? You can increase. What is concentration? Concentration means least distraction. That's called concentration. Distraction happens because of what? Because of mind wandering. Why mind wandering happens? Because of no mind control. And how to control mind? By doing mantra meditation. So chant Hare Krishna attentively and hear it. You will have 200% increase in concentration. No doubt.
Thank you so very much, Prabhuji. That was like the ultimatum that we have with us, which is like a solution to all. But yeah, definitely doing a regular mantra meditation has always helped many of our previous Gita Art of Life participants also immensely. अगर आपको ऐसा अगर कुछ है specific, तो you can discuss with them and get to know about their realizations also. Anyone else there have their questions, or अगर कल के से सीधी बात से you have received any such takeaway point? Okay. Okay, नम्रता जी का एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन है कि जिंदगी में इतने दुख आते ही क्यों है फिर? Like what is the reason itself? We sometimes think of it.
Yes. We need to understand this fact very clearly that we have signed up for it. ये जो भी program हुआ है, we signed up. जैसे प्लेस आफ्टर गेटिंग प्लेस्ड इन अ कंपनी, बॉस इतना सारा काम क्यों देते हैं? व्हाई इज इट दैट बॉस इज गिविंग अस सो मच ऑफ वर्क? व्हाई इज इट दैट बॉस इज ट्रबलिंग? यू साइंड अप फॉर द जॉब, राइट? ये आपका है, you signed. Similarly, we have signed up for this material world. We have done registration, we have signed up, we have paid the fees also, सब कुछ किया है. So now this is a lifetime offer we have. So within this life, we have one choice. See, dukh to आएगा, this pain will come, but the suffering is optional. So when you practice the principles of Bhagavad Gita, although this material world is going to give pains, still we can choose to go above the pains. And that's what Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkadaha agama apaino anityas tam stitikshasva bharata. I request you to kindly read Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, 14th verse. Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for that reference. I guess that can help us a lot in terms of preferring them. Last question, I guess, that we may be able to take it. So, the question is how we can tackle egoism specifically. Yes.
How to tackle egoism? Well, by identifying with the true ego. The problem in this world is not ego. The problem is false ego, mithya ahankar. And this mithya ahankar definitely comes as we stay in this material world. But when you perform the process of bhakti yoga, then this mithya ahankar gets purified and it becomes satya ahankar. Just jivera swarupa hoy krishner nityadas. And thus we need to understand. So we have to transform this false ego into true ego. That's the process of bhakti. Okay.
Thank you so very much, Prabhuji, for that Q&A. I guess with no time, we shall take up other further questions after this today's session. That's going to be on regarding the realizing the power of faith. So without wasting much time, let's start with the Mangala. Yes.
All right. Ritika ji has her hand up. So I will request her to kindly, we'll give you a chance after the session is over, right? We'll give you a chance. All right. So this is exactly the middle. So the middle 6 chapters are called the cream of the cream biscuit, right? That's what we saw last time. But the 9th chapter is the exact middle chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, right? We saw this. 9th chapter is the very middle. And this is what we'll try to discuss today. We'll discuss some important shlokas from this after prayers. We'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatadeshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langayate girim yatkripatamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Paramananda Madhavam. Hare Krishna. So once again, welcome to the most important chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, which is the 9th chapter. So we've taken 3 slokas. We'll try to discuss them today. The first sloka is sloka number 3 of the 9th chapter. And let us see what is this sloka talking about. Ashraddadanaha purusha dharmasyasya parantapa aprapyamam nivartante mrityu samsara vartmani. Yes, translation. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. Hare Krishna. So the last sloka, that is the 9th chapter, 2nd verse, Krishna talks about the nature of knowledge. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyakshava Gamam Dharmyam Susukham Kartum Avyayam. Wow, it's just simply so amazing. Right? We'll leave that verse for Gita Art of Inner Peace or whatever. Next session, third session, we'll definitely discuss. It's a very deep verse. But before that, Krishna in the first chapter, the first verse of the 9th chapter, he describes a qualification that is needed if you want to actually accept this confidential knowledge. If you really want to accept this confidential knowledge, the one qualification that you need is you have to be free from envy. Free from envy towards Krishna. If we are free from envy towards Krishna, we definitely can accept and assimilate this confidential knowledge, right? So Krishna gives a qualification to receive Raj Vidya. But what is not a qualification to receive Raj Vidya? When can one not have the qualification? That is mentioned in this sloka. Yes. So what is it? The very first word, Ashraddadhana. Oh, Shraddadhana. If you do not have faith, you lack faith, you cannot actually attain Krishna in this devotional service. So the path of bhakti is pretty deep. It's a very deep path. We all gone through schooling. We have done school, we have done college, and in school and college, in the exams, we have written so many things without even having any faith in it. बराबर? बहुत लोग क्या करते हैं? Many times what we used to do, जाके वहां जाके go just wrote and go and vomit in the paper. खत्म. जाके रट्टा मार के जाके literally उल्टी करके आना. Just go vomit there and finish. That's what people say. Cram and vomit. That is the sutra. Cram and vomit. This is what many of us did. And most of the stuff we didn't have any faith in it. कुछ नहीं. किसके लिए लिखते थे? Marks प्राप्त करने के लिए लिखते थे. To get marks. Yes, to get good marks, we just wrote something randomly, and what we wrote also we don't remember anymore, and we have just come. But path of bhakti is not like that. What is important in the path of bhakti is how much faith are we performing the bhakti. You may say, Prabhuji, yes, that devotee A is chanting Hare Krishna. The devotee B is also chanting Hare Krishna. Devotee C is also chanting Hare Krishna. What is the difference? The difference lies in the faith. Once what had happened, I'll tell you a story. There was a man who was very serious to cross over this ocean of material existence and to go back home, back to Godhead. And he understood this very thoroughly, that unless and until I have a guru, and unless this guru gives me a mantra and I don't chant it, right, I will not go back to Godhead. So he goes and sincerely submits himself, surrenders unto a guru, and the guru gives him the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And this person was really happy. Wow, thank you, Gurudev. I'm so very grateful to you. You've given me such a powerful mantra. Very nice, amazing, wonderful. And he starts walking away from the Guru's ashram. As he goes away, he watches that there were some children who were playing Goti. What do you call it? Marbles, the game of marbles. They were playing Goti, their children. And while they were playing this game, they were singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So he was little amazed. Oh, the children also know the mantra. Oh, I think that Guru, they live nearby Guru, na? Gurudev ke paas rehte to unko pata lag gaya. Theek hai, no problem. Then he kept going ahead. What is it called? Thank you. Kancha. Kancha?
Kancha, Prabhuji.
Kancha, okay, thank you. Kanche, Kanche, okay, whatever. You are understood, na, that marble. They play with that goti, whatever. So then he goes ahead, and there he sees a group of washermen washing. These washermen were washing the clothes. And as they were washing the clothes, they were also singing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And he was again amazed. He got a little doubt that maybe Gurudev has given me a cheap mantra. क्या है, सबको पता है, सबको ही मालूम है, इसमें बड़ी बात क्या है? Anyways, no problem. Then he went ahead, and there he saw a businessman, and this businessman was walking with his bag, and as he was walking, he was also chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Now this man was like totally disappointed. Arey, sabko malum hai, special kya hai isme? What is so special about it? What is this? Come on, I thought I'll go to Guru and get something very special. There is nothing special about it. Kuch bhi nahi hai. So he goes back to Guru to go and tell Guru that what have you given me a mantra, but this is something that everyone knows. There is nothing rare about it. It's so cheap. I thought you'll give me something precious. Nobody else will know that mantra. Dekha to sabke paas hai mantra. So he went and asked the same question to Guru. Whatever doubt he had, he asked. इसलिए doubt आते हैं, पूछ लेना चाहिए. We shouldn't keep the doubts in your mind. One way of losing Shraddha is to keep watering your doubts. To keep watering the plant of your doubts. Water के doubts के plants को water करते रहेंगे, they'll keep growing. And they'll occupy your entire space. And thus killing and choking your bhakti. So, but Guru did not say anything. Guru just gave him some stone. And he saw the stone. What is this, Gurudev? What should I do? Kya karna hai? Gurudev said, this is diamond. Diamond? This is diamond? Achhe, sach mein diamond for me? I said, wait, this is for experiment purpose only. Okay, experiment purpose only. What I want you to do is I want you to go and give this diamond to the three people that you met. The three people, the children, the washermen, and the businessman. Go give it to them. And then you see the difference. So he went and gave this diamond to children. Children said, wow, this Kanche, we were so far playing with Kach. Now we will play with this very nice stone. Yes, and they started playing with that. He said, hey, pagal children, foolish children, what is this? You know, what is this? You don't know any value for this. Give it back. I will not give this to you. Then he went to washermen. And the washermen saw this stone and they were so amazed. They said, yes, we were searching for this. क्योंकि क्या है ना, कभी कभी गंदगी इतनी मल होती है, we cannot remove that मैल इतनी, it is such very deep kind of stains, we cannot remove it. This will help us, so we'll scrub with this. Hey, this is not for scrubbing, man, you fool. Then he takes it. Then he goes to the businessman. The businessman, he is so very happy. He said, yes, mere papers sab उड़ जाते थे, so I will have a nice paperweight to keep on top. He said, ye pagal hai. What is this? This is such a precious stone. You're using as paperweight? Nonsense. Then he got it back. He said, Gurudev, none of them know how to value this diamond. Similarly, each and every one of us may know the mantra, but we may not know how to value it. And a mantra is the most valued when we chant with Shraddha. So in bhakti, everything that we do depends on Shraddha. There will be many people taking darshan of deities, but do we have Shraddha that the deity is Krishna? The deity form is Krishna? Many of us may be hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. How many of us are hearing with Shraddha? Yes. So we see that the activities to be done in bhakti is very simple. Agreed? अभी यहाँ पे chanting कौन नहीं कर सकता? हर कोई कर सकता. Activities are simple, but the substance that we feel inside those activities, that is something which is deep, and that is called faith. So till the time we are mature in faith, we cannot achieve Krishna. Ashraddha dhana purusha dharmasya asya parantapa. So my dear Arjuna, who is addressed here as parantapa. Parantapa means a person who can defeat his enemies or chastise his enemies, punish his enemies. He is called as Paramtapa. Paramtapa, he can give very nice tap. He can nicely punish his enemies. He is called Paramtapa. So why is calling him Parantap? Hey Arjun, you can nicely conquer over your enemies. Can you conquer your enemies of your doubt? Can you conquer the enemies of your doubt? Yes, when you really conquer over these enemies of doubts through your Shraddha, then you are actually the real Parantapa. So Arjun, I just don't want you to conquer the enemies who are outside. Conquer that enemy who has arisen within you in the form of doubt, samshaya. That is the enemy that you have to conquer upon. Otherwise, aprapyamam nivartante, you will not be able to achieve Krishna. मृत्यु संसार वर्तमिनी. In this मृत्यु भवसागर के मृत्यु में जन्म मृत्यु के चक्कर में आप इधर ही काटते रहेंगे, चक्कर काटते रहेंगे. You will remain here. So this is what Lord Krishna is telling. So now how do we get this Shraddha? Yes, how do we get this Shraddha? Very important. This Shraddha can be purchased. Yes, it can be purchased. चलो सब लोग credit card, debit card, पर्स निकालिए, ऑनलाइन नेट बैंकिंग चलाइए, पेटीएम, what is that, Google Pay, Bharat Pay, whatever, निकालिए सब लोग, all remove all your apps. Ready? I'm going to give. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, पैसे से नहीं खरीद सकते. जन्म कोटिर सुकृतिर न लभ्यते. Even if you went to crores and crores of your births, whatever punya you have achieved, with that also you cannot purchase. But what you need is, we need the association of those who have the Shraddha. So you simply serve the person who is having Shraddha, then we get the Shraddha from their hearts. That is the glory of service to Vaishnavas. That is why Vaishnava is glorious, because Vaishnavas, wherever they go, they distribute opportunity. Opportunity for what? Opportunity for seva, opportunity for service. And through this opportunity of service, what are they distributing? They are distributing Shraddha, the faith. Because this faith is the main substance of bhakti. What is the spelling of life? The spelling of life is L-I-F-E. And if you remove this letter F, what is the spelling of life becomes? A lie. So a life becomes a lie without this letter F, and that F stands for faith. Yes, it stands for faith. So that is the importance of faith in the process of bhakti. Okay. And even the stages of advancement in bhakti, all are categorized as different degrees of faith. Prema is the highest. So bhakti starts with adhau shraddha, little bit of shraddha, and bhakti culminates in prema. Prema is the stage where faith is 100%. Yes. Faith is the very foundation of bhakti. Yes, that's what it's saying. This picture shows faith is the foundation of bhakti. Yeah. How faith is created? By associating and serving great souls. Yeah. See? On the basis of faith, there are three devotees. They are called Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyam Adhikari, Uttam Adhikari, Shraddhanusari. Now, there are two classifications of Kanishta, Madhyam, Uttam in Bhagavatam and CC. They are different. Even in Nectar of Instruction, the classification is different. So these three scriptures speak about Kanishta, Madhyama, middle, and upper class, Uttama. These three categories. I'm not going to take in detail, but definitely we need to understand that as we develop our faith, Shraddha Anusari, Uttam Adhikari. So as per our Shraddha, we can keep increasing our class in devotion service. So faithless, if you don't have faith, the path is very difficult. Hence they return to the path of Mrityu Samsara Vartmani. Okay, next. Avajananti mam mudha manushim tanumashritam param bhavamajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Translation. Fools deride me when I descend in the human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the Supreme Lord of all that be. So here what is Krishna telling? Voice is breaking? No. Okay. DG, please check your net connection. It's probably breaking for you. Okay. So here, many times, many people think that, okay, who is Krishna? Oh, after all, Krishna is a human being. Sometimes people classify Krishna like that. So Krishna says, oh, people say, okay, Krishna is a normal man, just painted with blue color. So he paints himself with bluish black and comes. He fits some curly hair. So what? Negroes also have curly hair. Yes? That's what they say. Another thing that is spoken about Krishna, okay, he has two hands, one, and he's just like us. What is the difference? After all, he is also human. Some people call Krishna as very good politician. Some say very good magician. Some say he was very good at charming the hearts of people. Yes. So like that, people give different names to God, and they say he is ultimately come in human form. Na? Devki ke garb se janam liya hai na. So ultimately is human. So Krishna says Manushim Tanum Ashritam. People think Manushim Tanum. Tanum means body. Manushim Tanum means the body of a human being. Ashrita. They think that I have taken shelter of a human-like body. I've taken shelter of a human body. Manushim Tanum Ashritam. Such people are what? Mudha. Fools. Fools. And what they do? Avajananti. They deride Krishna. They offend Krishna. They speak against Krishna. They blaspheme Krishna when he comes in the human form. And there were so many. Even while Krishna was there on the planet, there was a very good group of people who would blaspheme Krishna. There were blasphemers of Krishna. So many of them. Yes. They would all meet together. Less like devotees associate together. Mat chitta, mat gata prana, bodhayanta parasparam. Coming together, we discuss about Krishna Katha and we glorify Krishna. Like that, similarly, there were a group of demons like Shishupal, Dantavakra, Jarasandh, Rukmi, Kalingaraj, Shalya, and Kashiraj, Poundrak. So all of them would come together in association, round table conference, and they would start criticizing Krishna. Arey, this Krishna, what is he? First of all, his caste is not sure. He is not a Rajkumar. He stayed with Vaishya community. वो हमारे नीचे जात का है आदमी. But still he considers himself a great soul by being Dwarkadish. What is this Krishna? Where was he in his childhood? He was hidden from all of us. डर के बैठा था वो. What is this Krishna? He ran away from Mathura and went to Dwarka. What kind of fellow is this Krishna? Lusty fellow, married so many ladies. ऐसा करके they keep on blaspheming Krishna. But Saraswati Devi is so amazing. Saraswati Devi is so amazing that each blasphemy is converted into appreciation. So they all speak with double meaning. So each time they blaspheme, they criticize Krishna, that gets transformed into a very sweet glorification of Krishna. That's what would happen. Right? Yes. So Kamsa was fearful of Krishna. We don't see Kamsa blaspheming Krishna. No. He was, as soon as you hear Krishna, he used to be fearful. He never blasphemed Krishna. Duryodhana also never blasphemed Krishna. He was envious of Pandavas, but he didn't blaspheme Krishna outrightly. No. Krishna was Sambandhi for him. Yes, Duryodhana's daughter and Krishna's son were husband-wife. Correct. He didn't blaspheme. But he was definitely, he derided Krishna. And so many of them used to call him Gwala. Are he is nothing but cowherd boy. Cowherd community ka aadmi hai. Are jaake doodh dohan karo. Go and milk the cows, man. What are you doing? We were in childhood, you were good at playing flute and dancing. Na, are jaake wahi karo. Go and do that, man. Idhar kya kar rahe ho? Like that, they used to blaspheme. thinking that he's an ordinary human being. Yes, ordinary human being. This is the problem. So such people are called Mudha. See, Prabhupada used to call, there are two types of people. There is Mudha, there is Vimudha. Mudha means fools, Vimudha means rascals. So what is the difference between fools and rascals? Prabhupada beautifully would explains. Fool means one who doesn't know, and rascal means one who doesn't want to know. है ना? Fool means one who doesn't know. Rascal means one who doesn't want to know. उसको जानना ही नहीं है. He's a rascal. When knowledge is good, no, doesn't want to know. That is a rascal fellow. That's why they don't want to know. So similarly, when Krishna comes to this world, the fools and rascals are the people who do deride Krishna. So Vimuda and Muda together. That's what Krishna is. So Krishna is very clearly telling that, in this world, if we think, उसने मेरे बारे में निंदा कर दिया. How many of us feel bad when somebody criticizes us, blasphemes us? अरे भगवान को भी नहीं छोड़ा इस दुनिया ने, हमको क्या? हम किस खेत की मूली है? Who are we? भगवान को नहीं छोड़ा लोगों ने. People even blaspheme, criticize Krishna also. Yes, and Krishna is so coolly, very compassionately calling them rascals. So when Krishna, see, we should not use this word. हमको कभी use नहीं करना चाहिए. But when Krishna and Prabhupada would call this word, they would call out of so much of compassion. The scientists, rascal fellows, mischievous fellows. Why are you doing such mischievous? Don't be rascal like that. हम लोगों को नहीं use करना चाहिए. Otherwise, imitating Krishna, one fellow was there. Prabhuji, in our company there is one very big Muda. I said, who is the Muda? My boss, Prabhuji. He's a Muda. My boss Muda, why? अरे जन्माष्टमी को इनवाइट किया था, मूडा डीमन नहीं आया. See, he's envious of Krishna. अरे ऐसा नहीं बोलते बाबा. We shouldn't be doing like this. We should never ever do like that. Right? Because our heart is full of envy. We should never be calling such names. Don't imitate Krishna. But you can definitely tell what Krishna is telling about them. You can tell. अच्छा भगवान क्या बोलते हैं पता है? मूढ़ा. There is one fellow who copied Krishna and put two extra. His name is Poundrak. Poundrak Vasudev. He even sent a letter to Krishna also. He sent letter to Krishna saying that, hey, I am the real Vasudev. Poundrak. You fellow, you imposter, give up your position as Vasudev. Sarva dharman parityajya mahamekam sharanam vraja. He told Shloka. He's telling Krishna, you surrender unto me. So Krishna read this particular Krishna read that particular letter and only laughed. He could not control his laughter. He told, if you don't give up your godhood, I will kill you. I will destroy you with my Sudarshan Chakra. Dummy Sudarshan also here. He had two dummy hands. Dummy Sudarshan. What comedy hai wo. So living entity can become like such a rascal. He can become like this. That is the height. Why? Param bhavam ajananto. Because they do not know the real nature of Krishna. In fact, many of Prabhupada lectures, he would say, rascal, they do not know. The rascal, they do not know. The rascal, they do not know. Like that. So that's what. So this is coming from Param Bhavam Ajananto. They do not know. They do not know my transcendental nature. वो जानते नहीं हैं. इस Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. To understand that I am Bhuta Maheshwaram. I am the Supreme Lord of everybody. Bhuta means living entities and Bhuta also means Panch Mahabhut. Everything. All refer to the Bhutas. So Sabka Maheshwar मैं ही हूं. Because they do not know this. That is why they consider Krishna normal person. But no. Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam. My birth, my activities are divya. And anyone who understands this, evam yoveti tatvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti sorjuna. So if we understand the nature of, divine nature of Krishna's birth and activities by hearing from Tattvadarshi, the great souls who have realized the truth, we will never again return to this material world. Exact opposite of this shloka is this shloka. Person who doesn't understand Krishna's divine nature and activities are great fools, and these fellows will rot in this material creation. Yes? So that is why Prabhupada often calls the people who don't want to know Prabhupada. Like, see, Muda, fine, ignorant fellow. But rascal doesn't want to know. Hey, that you have to catch. You have to catch that fellow. And many times, what do the famous scientists they do is they open the Vedas, they study everything, they close it and keep it inside, and they say, mera avishkar hai. This is rascal. Got it, no? Not giving credit to Krishna. Not giving credit to Krishna is a rascal. So once what happened? There was a person. This person went and challenged Krishna. He said, hey Krishna, you think you're God? I challenge you. I will prove that you're not God. I'll prove that I can also create many things. And I'll prove that you don't exist. And I'll prove to everyone that everyone can become God. And Krishna told him all the very best. Yes. Normally, when we say all the best of Krishna's mercy. That's how we say. All the best of Krishna's mercy. So, Krishna, what can he say? He said all the best. And this person, he little bit crouched down to pick up something. And Krishna, hey, wait a minute. What are you doing? He said, taking earth. No, go get your own earth. जाके खुद का अर्थ लेके आओ. Go make your own. You want to take my dirt? No. You want to disprove me? Go and get your own earth. Go and get your own dirt. Go and get your own water. मेरा मत लुटाओ. Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram. Everything is owned by Krishna. All right. Let's see some pictures. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He proved it multiple times. It's not that he was just an ordinary boy. Can an ordinary person lift Govardhan Hill? There was one fellow who had come to temple to meet His Grace Radhesham Prabhu. So he came and told that Prabhuji, see, Krishna danced with 16,108. No, he didn't dance. He danced with so many gopis. 16,108 he married. So he danced with so many gopis. I can't dance with one girl. Achha. So Radhesham told him, see, Krishna lifted, before dancing, Krishna lifted Govardhan with his left hand's little finger for 7 days and 7 nights. You lift this chair, वो chair है ना, उसको 7 minutes उठा के दिखाओ ऐसा, with your right hand, full hand, मान के दिखा दो. And that fellow, he didn't accept the challenge, he ran away. Hare Krishna. So we want to imitate God, you should imitate fully. जैसे अर्ध कुकुटी न्याय नहीं करना चाहिए. Half hand logic. Oh, you know what is half hand logic? Ardha kukuti nyay. That means there's a hen who used to give a golden egg. Hen used to give golden egg. But the hen used to eat a lot of used to eat a lot of this food. He said, I like that part of the golden egg, but I don't like to give this food. So what I'll do, I'll cut the neck of the hen. Then what will happen? I don't have to feed the hen. Anda aayega, anda bhi nahi aayega. So this is called half hen logic. I'll cut the neck, but I like the back part. That's what these people do. Half hen logic. They don't accept the other part. The main part that Krishna is God. So many things he showed like that. My God. I will try to explain this. The next sloka. Samoham sarva bhuteshu name dveshosti na priyah ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. There's a simple principle. I'll just explain that principle and we'll conclude. Translation. I envy no one, nor am I partial to anyone. I am equal to all. But whoever renders service unto me is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. Arey, to kya hai? Ultimate height. Height of contradiction. First of all, you're telling you're equal to all. Then you're telling my devotee is very dear to me. Aisa kaise kar diya aapne? You're telling I'm equal to everyone. But then you're telling devotee is dear to me. Devotee is dear. Fir equal kidhar ho gaye? So how is Krishna equal? At the same time, devotees are dear to Krishna. How is it possible? So I'll give you an example to explain this concept. The example is sun equal? Yes. Sun equally falls on everyone. Sun doesn't discriminate. Oh, this is the house of a Brahmana, let me shine more. This is the house of a Shudra, let me not shine. This is the house of a barbaric rascal, let me not shine. This is a house of a very charitable person, let me shine. No. Sun does not at all discriminate between anyone. Sun is equal to all. But if somebody is closing the doors, bolting it, closing the windows, shutting the windows with these curtains, curtain ke saath band karke, he is blindfolding himself, closing his eyes and telling there is no sun. Kuch ho sakta us vyakti ka? No. If you want to experience the sun, you have to remove your patti, you have to open your eyes, you have to open the door, go out, and you will be able to access the sun. Correct? You're going to, no, sun ko andar aana chahiye. So you close everything, how sun will come inside? So that similarly, Krishna's mercy is available to everybody. But we have to take the initiative to remove the patti. Om ajnana timirandhasya jnananjana shalakaya chakshuhrum militam yena tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. We have to remove that patti, we have to open eyes, and we have to go to access that mercy. Just like in ISKCON temple, every ISKCON temple, there's a program called Food for Life. So we distribute prasadam to anyone who walks in without any discrimination. But the only thing is you have to go. You have to go to the Food for Life counter and ask for the prasadam. Then you get it. Correct? Similarly, Krishna's mercy is available to everybody, but we have to go and do the mercy. We have to go and take an initiative to take one step to Krishna. If we take one step towards Krishna, Krishna will take thousands of steps towards us. And even Krishna's one step is enough. He can become Trivikrama. Like Vaman Dev, he became Trivikrama. And what was one step of Krishna? Big step. In 2 steps, he conquered the entire universe. If our one step, Lord takes his one step, that is good enough for us. Right? Okay. So thus Krishna is never ever partial. He's equal just like the sun is equal. But we have to go and access Krishna. Yes, we have to go and access. Hari Hari, thank you.
Very much. Yeah, thank you so very much, Rohit, once again, for such a wonderful session. I guess there might be many questions by all our participants. Let us just start with addressing a couple of those in the earlier section. Balrav ji का question था that what is important, Rohit, dharma or karma?
Karma is activity or occupational duty. But when you realize, when you're performing your karma for Krishna, it becomes dharma. And when you do pure bhakti, it becomes Sanatan Dharma. So you need to understand your karma becomes dharma when it is under the Varnashram system. And your dharma will become Sanatan Dharma when you offer it to Krishna, the results. So what is most important? Sanatan Dharma.
All right. And just before we go with this section, I guess there were a couple of announcements also. I guess one thing is there that we have received a little bit a view of the results that we have of the quiz summary, just like this. I hope it's visible for the users. Is it, Rosie? So yeah, I just wanted to congratulate to all the participants who have successfully attempted all these quizzes from the very first class till the 11th class with such a abundance numbers. So a huge round of applause for all the participants up till now. But yes, just to let you know that as we have been declaring that it is very important for each and every participant to attempt all the quizzes for sure in order to achieve the completion certificate for this course. So yes, अगर आपके कोई quiz miss हो गई हो या आपको idea नहीं है, so you can just go back to your WhatsApp groups and check for the relevant links, and that way you can reattempt them. They are still open for you to attempt them. और अगर आपने attempt कर दिए, there is not to worry. You can move ahead accordingly by continuing it. Secondly, there was a hand raise, I guess, by Mataji. If we have them, Ritika Singh Mataji. You can also ask your question if you want to. You can type in into the chat box and we can take it up. Or if you want to ask, then you can raise your hand. Meanwhile, let me just ask another question by Karuna Bharti. That probably why we feel good at temples. What is the reason behind it?
Why?
Why we feel good at temples? Temples में मंदिर में हम जाते हैं.
Because that's the presence of Lord. Lord is worshipped there. Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. Lord says, Naham tishtami vaikunta. I don't stay in Vaikunta. Yoginam hridayeshua. I don't stay in the heart of yogis. Then where do you stay? Yatra gayanti mad bhakta tatra tishtami narada. I stay in the place where devotees very nicely recite my glories. So where devotees nicely sing the glories of Lord, the prominence is there, and everyone can experience Krishna there very nicely.
All right. Yes, Mataji, you can unmute and ask the question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat.
In last lecture, you told that we shall chant and hear lectures attentively. So sometimes, Prabhuji, we listen lecture while doing some other service also, na? So it is correct or not means?
Okay. See, one lecture in a day, personally, the Bhagavatam class or something, you have to hear attentively, at least for some time, half an hour. Then other time we can hear, definitely. I also have two types of hearing. One hearing that I do is very, in the morning Bhagavatam class, I'm very attentive. I make notes. I think deep. I make two things. The notes that I take, the notes I make, which means I take notes, the points that speaker is giving. Then I contemplate and make notes also. In the sense, side by side, I reflect. That way, I get deep in the lecture. And then the second category where I put my earphones and I hear while doing other work, while washing clothes, while moving here and there, while cooking. Yes, so that way I do that kind of hearing also.
Thank you so very much, Prabhuji, for that wonderful insights. I guess that can guide many of us to do things in a very priority way. Pranjali Madam ji का question था that is conquering doubts always important? Can't we just ignore them? Can you please explain this? That
Conquering thoughts.
Doubts. Let me. That is it always important to conquer the doubts, or can't we just ignore them and just leave them aside?
You can't
Can you
ignore.
explain?
Yes, I'll give you a story. I explained in the last season also. Once what had happened, there was a person who was hunting jackals. And the Kshetra said hunting jackals is banned. So you cannot hunt jackals there. So, but he wanted to break the rules. So he went to hunt for a jackal and he hunted. And he captured the jackal in the net. As he just captured the jackal in the net, it was a small jackal. Suddenly the forest officials started coming. So he somehow or the other put the jackal into his belly, stuffed it up, and tried to look a little fat. Okay, fat, he tried to look. So he put the jackal inside. So the forest officers and they had a very good chat, very good conversation. And they said, okay, so long, we'll leave. So the forest officers left. And suddenly as they were leaving, they heard, top, karke, they heard a sound. This person had dropped. Just dropped. And they came back and saw he was dead. And then despite he was dead, there was no pulse, there was no breathing. They saw this belly was moving. What was it? So they opened and saw that it was a half-dead jackal who had eaten up his intestines. His stomach and intestine was eaten up by this jackal, and this fellow just fell down. So keeping doubts within our mind is like keeping that half-dead jackal inside our belly. So that person अंदर खा के एक दिन ऐसा खोखला बनेगा, ढप करके एक दिन गिर जाएंगे, पता भी नहीं लगेगा. Suddenly one fine day, the person will be knocked out.
So that is like a very important thing. There is a next question by Jairaj-ji that Prabhuji, with reference to the first verse of this chapter, I cannot understand that how human beings can, in general, can ever have this feeling of envy towards Lord or God or any even Devata also. Like how this envy comes.
This envy is for the reason for which we have left the spiritual world and come to this material world. That's the whole reason. So it's originated from there. One may say everything is pure in spiritual world. How did we develop envy? See, we are having a severe freedom or free will, and misuse of the free will is in one sense envy of not serving Krishna. So it has always been there in the system, right? So it is just expanding while we are staying in this material world. So we have a lot of envy. And envy towards other living entities is also envy towards Krishna. Why? Because everybody is part and parcel of Krishna, right?
Definitely. That's Aditi Gupta ji ka ek request tha that a few days ago you had promised to tell this story of contract story. They are waiting for it. So if sometimes we
definitely one occasion we'll take a katha session. It may not be in this forum, but in another forum we'll definitely, and we'll keep you all informed. Yes, you're welcome to attend that.
Okay, that's very cool. That's really great to have like a full one complete katha session by hearing different kathas. Himanji Khanna ji ka next question tha that Prabhuji want to know more about the planet that Dhruva ji were rewarded by the Lord. Like which planet was that? Like never heard about it.
Okay. Actually, Dhruva Lok is right in the center of the universe. And that planet is the planet that controls the movements of all the grahas. It controls the movements of all the luminaries. So the uska control karte, upar niche. Uttarayan, Dakshinarayan happens because Dhruva controls it. ऊपर नीचे and उसका even the revolution, all these things are controlled by Dhruvalok. And the Polaris that you see na, pole star, that is Dhruvalok only. वही Dhruvalok है. Okay.
Rahul Rajani ji का next question था, प्रभु जी, if we develop a complete faith for Guru and Hari, can we be rest assured that we will get the blessings of Krishna for the bhakti?
If you develop faith in Guru and Krishna, 100%.
Yes.
If a person, I today morning's class also was saying that yasya deve para bhaktiri tatha deve tata guru tasyarte patita hirta prakashante mahatmanah. We have faith in the words of Shastras, faith in Guru. Definitely we will everything will be revealed to you. Yes, you will develop your bhakti very easily.
Okay. Next question is by Sunil ji, that someone says that Lord is staying everywhere, like he is in every corner of it. But why we should have temples? Like she finds difficult to answer to them. How they can explain to other people?
See, water is available in the form of water vapor everywhere. Can you just stick out your tongue and drink water? No. Water vapor is everywhere. So stick out your tongue and drink na pani. क्यों नहीं पी सकते? Because you need a source. When there is water available in source like this, we can drink and quench our thirst. Similarly, Lord is accessible in temple where he is available to accept your services. He's everywhere, but he's available specifically in temple to accept service. Just like water is available in this bottle.
It's a wonderful explanation, actually. Yeah. Dhanraji ka question tha, that if Krishna treats equal to everyone, then is it depends on someone's individual karma, how he gets to bear the good and bad fruits and all, like everything?
Yes, karma.
Okay, so that's the right understanding of it, that it's the basically karma that okay. Suman Mundal ji, the next question tha, that what are chakras, Prabhuji? What do we mean by opening chakras or something, like they got to hear from it somewhere?
Yes. Chakras are 7 in number. There are 7 chakras, we call it. And these chakras are various energy centers. That's how we understand. They're energy centers which are there. So from top to bottom to top, there is chakras which are there. Muladhara chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, Manipura chakra, Anhata chakra. Then we have Agnya chakra, right? That particular chakra. So each chakra has element. Vishuddha chakra is there, Agnya chakra is there. Then there is Sahasra Brahmarandra chakra, like that, the 7 chakras. So we don't have to worry about all these things, how to open, how to close. Kuch tension lene ki zarurat nahi. You chant Hare Krishna, the Hare Krishna mantra will take care of chakras. We don't need to do what a Dhyan Yogi has to do. By lifting up the life air between chakras, he increases the prana vayu eventually and comes and leaves from here. If you leave from the lower chakras, you'll get animal body. You leave from the mouth, you get human body. You leave from here or here, then from here, then you can control wherever you want to go. So yogi's goal is to go to Sahasra Brahmarandra chakra. We don't have to worry about any of these things because Krishna will take care of it for us. Okay. Hari Bol. Thank you. First time we have completed all questions, that too at 9 p.m. Jai. Bhagavad Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः.